はい、ロック福田の腕時計魂。先週ね、
はい、
出張がずっと続いてすっかり鼻詰まり。
あら、東京にいなかったですよね、しばらく。
ホテルのね、あれエアコンでね。という、ホテルあるあるだね。そんなことはどうでもいいけど、今日はなんとレッセンス。
はい。
レッセンスね、2010年創業でね、バーゼルに行くたんびにレッセンス気になってたんだけど、残念ながらね、今まで取材をする機会がなく、でなんと今日は創業者の
ベノワさん
がいらしているということで、インタビューをしつつ、新作も含めてたっぷりとご説明いただけるということで、楽しみにしててくださいね。僕が一番楽しい。じゃあレッツゴー、いけ。はい、じゃあよろしくお願いいたします。ベノワミンティエンス。ミンティエンス。
Correct.
いやいやいや。ベノワさん、もともと工業デザイナー。工業デザイナーになったきっかけっていうのは何かあるんですか？
So as a kid, I already created many products. As many kids, I unscrewed open products. Look how it was made inside. I created. I was also very attracted to boats. I wanted to become a naval architect before, and so as a teenager, I built boats, sailing boats. So they were really sailing. So I also built the remote control systems inside, and but I was in a very pretty standard school system in Belgium. You have the systems that are really not promoting creativity. The schools are not promoting creativity at all. So I was quite busy with that, and I remember one day my father said, "But why don't you think of becoming?" I was like ending my school. Well, I had to start to choose what I was going to do in university, and I didn't know. I thought, okay, let's become an engineer or something like that. So he said one day, "But why don't you think of becoming an industrial designer?" I thought, yes, but that's a bit like an artist, and I don't want to be hungry all my life, because maybe I'm not a good artist, and then I will not sell anything. So I was a bit afraid of that. So in the end, we found out that there was actually a very good school in Antwerp, where I live. It was a university degree school, so quite a good school. And so there was an open day. How do you call that? Day the school is open for newcomers to show open school. Yes, and so I discovered what they were doing, and I was like, wow, this is. But then, in the industrial design university, suddenly. I popped open, and it was extraordinary. So I was super happy.
でそうやってそのインダストリアルデザイナーとしてこう、キャリアを重ねていた、ベノワさんがなぜ時計に移ったんですかね。
And then one day, a friend of mine contacted me. Well, we were at a party. Everything starts with a party, isn't it? And he said, Benoit, he's a diamond trader in Antwerp. I said, Benoit, but you know, I have a huge amount of diamonds in my safe that I cannot really use for jewelry because the quality is not good enough for jewelry. But can't you think of a watch that uses a maximum of diamonds, so that you can make a design for me where I can use all these diamonds on a watch for men? And so I designed a watch where I used the refraction of the diamond to indicate the time. So basically what we did was we drilled a small hole in each diamond, because they were cheap diamonds, so you could just with a laser you can drill a small hole, and with glass fiber we would bring light into the diamond
へー
through the fiber, and the glass fibers. Each glass fiber, so each diamond, was connected to an LED, micro LED, and so you could, when you touched the watch, only the diamonds would glow, the ones that would indicate the time.
すごい。わ
For those who have been to Basel World like you, or Watches and Wonders, or these shows, and from my industrial design background, I had been to many trade shows from all these different industries. I had never seen such luxurious booth. It really, when you come there and you enter this hall 1 in Basel World, and you see the Rolex booth and the Patek booth as first things that you see, you say, my goodness, these companies have so much money. And so as an industrial designer, you say like, can they pay a good designer to make watches that are from today? Because their designs are like 50 years old. So as a naive designer, you're like, you have so much money, why don't you pay a good designer to design your watches? So today, of course, I'm in the industry, so I know why. They don't change. But I was still naive. And so I thought, I'm gonna design a watch for myself. And that's how it started.
で、レッセンスの時計っていうのはそうするとなんだろう、今までの時計と一番何が違うんでしょう？
I think the main difference is that most of the brands that you know, and I think nearly all, at one time, were created by a watchmaker. When you are a watchmaker, the most important thing for you is the movement. And so all these watches started with the movement and were built from the movement towards the outside. So from the inside to the outside. Yeah. So movement, plate, hands, case, straps, stamp with their name on it. Yes, you have to see that RESSENCE, the watch RESSENCE, a watch from RESSENCE, is basically different on nearly all the things that you know on a watch. Everything that you know on a watch is different on a RESSENCE. There are no hands, there's no crown. We use oil inside the watches. We have technologies that no one does. And the whole idea of this is to create a new reality. So would watchmaking not exist? Would it not exist? No watchmaking, yes? Let's imagine. Does not exist. And today I have the idea, I'm gonna do a mechanical watch. All right, what is that? Well, it's something you put on your wrist, it's mechanical, and it gives the time. What would it look like if there was no past, if there was no heritage? What would it look like? Well, I hope it would look like a RESSENCE.
じゃあその新作を見せていただけるということでご紹介していただいてよろしいでしょうか。
So let me show you the main characteristics, of a RESSENCE watch. So I'll take the Type 1 round. So basically, time is expressed in the same way as a normal watch, meaning that the way to represent the time is the same. So on this watch, it's 5 o'clock, 8 minutes. See that?
5時8分。
But you also see that there are no hands. So the hands that you see are graphical hands. They are inside discs. There are two smaller ones. This one is for the seconds. and this one is for the weekday. And the orange here is the weekend. So this watch is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, afternoon, because the hand is in the second half of the day. So this is PM, this 5 PM. What you will also notice, there's all RESSENCE watches don't have a crown. So there's no crown. So the setting of the watch and possibly the winding, even though all the watches are automatic, is done by the back ace. And so what you do is you flip out the lever like that, and then you can turn the back. So basically you turn it like this. Both ways are fine.
両方に回していいんですって。すごい。
And so to set the watch, basically you turn the back, and this is how a RESSENCE works. So this would be a 5:15, and it runs like this. See? This would be half past 5, etc. So you can go both ways. Yeah.
Wow, that's so convenient.
楽しいよね。
So much fun.
And so while I was setting the watch, I was also winding the watch,
そうなんです
manually
ね。
winding. Even though it's an automatic watch, if you didn't wear the watch for a longer period, you will need to wind it a little bit. So on a RESSENCE watch, both actions are combined. And because automatic watches, it's always you need to do both. So we combine both. And so when you're ready, you just click it in and you put it on the wrist.
触っても大丈
Maybe please touch him. Maybe take a look at it, pick it up, and take a look at the watches. Maybe.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Oh.
You want to take it?
Yeah.
Here, come.
夫。わーい。あ、これそうなんだ。黒じゃなくてネイビーなのね。
It's navy. The color is pretty.
Yeah, navy blue.
すごい綺麗。素敵。
Night blue or navy blue.
ナイトブルーかネイビーブルーですって。
ね。本当だ。確かに見やすい。すっごい。
It's very easy to see.
Yes, that's
I
the,
mean-
the whole idea about the brand is to be more readable. Why does a RESSENCE does not have hands? This comes from ergonomics. We are human beings. We have two eyes, and so when we look at an object, we look at, for example, my hand. If you put your hand in the middle, and you look at your hand, no, not like that, straight, yeah. You see three sides actually. You see that side, and that side. Yeah. If you close one eye, you see only two sides.
本当だ。It's true.
It's true, yeah. So our brain has taken these two images as if it's two cameras and makes it one image to understand what you're looking at. So on a normal watch, you also have layers. There's the dial, there's the hours, the minutes, the seconds. Sometimes you have the date under the dial. So you also have different layers there. So it's a three-dimensional object, a normal watch. But it is a lot more efficient to read a two-dimensional information, than a three-dimensional information. So that is why you can read something that is printed on paper very fast. Why is that? It's because your two eyes see the same thing on paper because it's the same layer. Left and right exactly see the same thing. That is why you can read super fast. Yeah. Next one.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
So this watch is called the Type 8.
Type 8.
Type 8, yes. And it's our entry level, so it's the most, I would say, simplified version of RESSENCE. with only the hours and the minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So it has a very simplified execution, even though it's a very high end technically, because all the discs, even the small ones, are all running on ball bearings. And the and also what is maybe interesting is that everything is in titanium also. So the green parts are titanium parts. The dial is, the case is in titanium, the back case, everything on this watch is titanium. And the result is that the whole watch only weighs 33 grams without the strap and 42 with the strap.
42グラムしかないんですって。全部チタンだから。
あ、本当に軽い。
It looks like a UFO.
本当に軽いよこれ。
It's moving, right? It's so light. And then how do you wind the watch? It looks different.
Same idea.
But
It does not have the lever. I can show you. Put it here. I'll show you. You can turn the back like this.
Oh.
And so you set it like that. So that would be 10 o'clock.
この形難しそう作るの。
This shape looks really hard to achieve, he said.
Yes, it is a, well, all our dials are a bit curved. This one is a little more curved. So the flatter ones are a bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
A bowling ball, you know, you cut a piece of the bowling ball. That's a tennis ball.
これがテニスボールぐらい
It's
か
like the curvature of a tennis ball.
なるほどね。
な。よりこっちの方がこう球面がこう傾斜がなんていうのきついというか。
でもこれいいね。
ねえ素敵。I think
Why are they so round?
なんで丸いと思うって。
Why do I make them? Why are RESSENCE watches so organic?
Please
It's
tell
the
us.
same story as the movement. We as humans, we feel more close to an organic shape than something flat. Because in nature, flat does not exist. And so we are, well, our brain is still from the past. And so everything we are surrounded with today is made by machines. And machines, they can make flat very easy. Round is complicated for machines. So as a human being, and most watches, I think nearly all are flat.
Yeah.
But if you make something curved, it suddenly becomes more attractive, more close to you. You have a better relation with it when it's curved than when it's sharp and geometrical. So that is why RESSENCE watches are very organic. It's because you feel closer to them by being organic.
機械でいろんなものを作るときに、
フラットだと簡単だと。
そうだけど
It's like a river stone. Yeah, see, pebble. You say UFO, but there's also pebble stone, UFO, and there's other cars.
なるほどね。そう言われてみればそうだよね。
Next watch.
Yes.
Type 3.
Type 3.
The Type 3, yes. The Type 3 is the first ever mechanical watch with oil inside, with a liquid inside.
これオイル入ってるんですね。
So this watch is filled with oil. Even though it's mechanical,
メカニカルウォッチだけ
the
ど、
whole top section of the watch is in oil. The bottom section is in air. So the balance wheel is in air. But the module, that is about a little more than 200 components,
もうたさロード。
215 to be precise, are all in oil. Why did we do oil? It's because graphically it's even more readable than without oil. Again, it is to improve the readability of the watch. It's a graphical improvement, a readability, an ergonomic improvement. It also has technical advantages because all these components are in the oil, so they are lubricated perfectly, and they are also lighter because they float in the oil. So the watches with oil, we have with air and with oil, but the one with oil, they need 4 times less energy to run than the ones in air. Thanks to these advantages. So it's a huge, technically even, it's a huge advantage to have your watch in oil. So I don't understand why it was never done, but
You're like a marriage counselor, like you make the relationship really better with everything.
yes.
どうやってでもオイルを止めてるんだろうね。
止めてるっていうのは
要するに上にしか入ってないわけじゃない。だからその
漏れないようにってこと？
そうそうそうそう。
He's curious how you can prevent like the oil to be there, like to.
難しそうだよね。
This is the case of a Type 3.
はあはあはあはあ。
See? That's the case. But what you see is that, or what you don't see, it's closed.
ああいやいやいや。
No opening.
ああ。
So on the back side, you have the movement,
そういうことか。
and on the top side, you have the dial.
は
So the dial is here, like this.
あ。すごい。
Yeah, in the oil, of course. And the movement, you see here, is on the back.
I
Okay.
understand.
You see? So, the only thing on all RESSENCE, the only thing that we use from a standard movement is the minutes. So on the minute axle, we send the rotation through the titanium into the oil.
あ
So why is it closed? To make sure there's never a leak. Otherwise the oil will come out. So what we have done, we have put a disc on the minutes and on the module, see here, on the module we have put another part like this. So it turns with it. All right?
楽しい楽しい楽しい。
So these two parts, so this one is on the air side, so here, and this one is on the oil side. So when the movement turns this disc, the other one turns through the titanium by a magnetic connection.
縁の下の力持ちなのね。
そうね。すごい。
I'm so happy I got to see like the inside. And then fine. Are we good with this?
Yes, so this is a little novelty that I'm happy to introduce with you guys. It's called the Type 1M.
M.
M for multicolor.
Milky color.
Multicolor. Multi. More
Oh,
color.
multicolor.
Multicolor. So basically, it's a watch that has a color per function. So
色で機能が分かれてる。
the minutes are blue,
あ
the hours are green, the week is red, and the seconds are yellow.
あ。
See? So it's a very graphical watch. And really here we play with the fact that everything is in one surface. We can really play with that with this watch. And so same idea, we have a lever on the back. And so the setting is done like this. So you have all the colors that turn all day, or every hour you have a rotation of the seconds. And here it comes with a rubber strap.
あ、本当だ、ラバーだ。
Yeah, that's a rubber strap.
すっごい綺麗。
綺麗ですね。盛り上がりすぎてお時間がなくなってしまったんですけど、今回の来日の目的を教えていただいてもいいですか？
purpose of this visit in Japan is, first of all, thanks to you, for example, to show that there is something else. There's another way of thinking, another way of looking at fine watchmaking than most traditional brands offer, and really to share another way of looking at watchmaking that is very different. And this difference really comes from the fact that we start from you, and that's because I'm an industrial designer, whereas most brands will start from the movement or a marketing brief. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございます。
はい、というわけですごい楽しかったね。
ベノワさんのお話が面白すぎましたね。
まだお話ししたかったんだけどこの後がね、
そうなんですよね。
巻きだそうで。
はい。
今日はほら、まるちゃんの一本は無理だよね、これね。
ちょっと選べないですね。
本当に今日は、楽しくて、レッセンスね、また2回目、3回目もご紹介したいよね。
掘り下げたいですね、さらに。
というわけで、僕らはまだまだこの後、時間の許す限りベノワさんとお話したいと思います。
はい、
ということで、また見てくださいね。じゃあね。
あ、すごいなこれ。
あらゆる女性にモテる。
鉄板です。
ロックフロの腕時計魂。
星葉さんと私との
これお宝ですよ。
うわ、すごい。